So we understand that DC and AC are two different things. DC has to do with just set of charges running from one end to another end. AC has to do with back and forth of things. So end of it, everything has to do with energy, right? Everything has to do with how we can commercialize it, how we can make use of it, so on and so forth. End of it is about usage. Commercialization happens because of the usage. So to understand all of this, to talk about this, we need to talk about the average of things. We need to talk about the total effect. To talk about total effect, we need to figure out average because this is varying with time, right? So, of course, we have our traditional one to figure out the average. So this is nothing but sum of all the elements, say from 1 to n, divided by total number of elements. The question is, can we use it? The answer is no. Why is it no? That we'll be understanding now. So we'll looking at one complete cycle's average. So a complete cycle is this, right? This is one complete cycle. At any moment of time, we're looking at one complete cycle. So we are trying to figure out the average of this. Because if we understand one complete cycle, for 10 complete cycle, you just have to multiply with 10. Right? So let's figure it out. How is that we'll do it? Well, we're going to use the same funda. So here we'll have the average. In the numerator, we'll have the total charge. And denominator, we'll have the time. Now, how will you figure out the total charge? Well, we'll take up for instant of time. What is the charge? Okay, current into time will give you at that instant how much charge are we looking at. This is current basically. This is time. So I into t will give you guys q. Remember, this is your 9th and 10th grade syllabus. Okay, so that will give you guys charge. But if I want to figure out the total charge, what should I do? I should add all of them. How can we add? Yes, with the help of integration. Since we want one complete cycle, it should 0 to t. That's how we should add. Does it make sense? This is for one complete cycle. That's why it's 0 to t. That's why the fund of limitation. This will give us the entire charge, so on and so forth. So basically, this is the math that we'll be doing. So let's see the math. So first thing first, we have a AC source with instantaneous function of time, whose instantaneous value is given by the following. Right? Now, to figure out the average, I need to figure out the total charge and divide with time period t. So to figure out the total charge, okay, let me do this. The total will be nothing but integrating all the charges that are involved in this discussion throughout the time 0 to t. We need to add up all of them. So this we can do it with sine omega t dt. So I naught is constant. That's the maximum and minimum value. Integration of sine is minus cos of omega t divided by omega. Right, guys. So we have 0 to t. Again, I hope you guys know how to integrate and all of that. I can't explain here now. So minus, then this would be cos omega t minus cos of 0. Omega t is nothing but, what is omega t? Omega is 2 pi f into t. So basically this will be equal to 2 pi. Okay, sorry. Meant to do this. This will be equal to 2 pi. Right? I kind of didn't make space. I do have space. So as omega t will be equal to 2 pi f into t. F and t are inverse of each other. So this will be equal to 2 pi. So cos 2 pi is nothing but cos 0. So this 2 will be equal to 0 coulomb. And so this will be equal to 0. Obviously, right? If I add up any value along the bottom and all the values along the top, right? All of this bunch of values, the average will be 0. For every value at the bottom, there is a counter value at the top. So the average has to be 0. Okay, yes. Again, this is an introduction to a bit more complicated concept. So why is that we have to do? This is the reason. Because we can't just directly take the average. See, study of something is pretty important for us to use it. To study, we need tools. Our traditional average is not the tool. It's not the right fit when it comes to anything that is alternating with time. Right? That was the point of this particular video. So they can ask you guys, again, everything can be asked in many ways. So it's our duty to learn everything. You can pause and have a look.